As long as I can remember, I've been haunted by a dream. It's always the same. I'm standing in a field of tall grass, watching as a figure approaches me from the distance. As they draw nearer, I can see that it's a woman, beautiful, with long black hair and a face that's both alluring and frightening. When she reaches me, she leans in close and whispers in my ear, but I can never quite make out what she's saying. At first, the dream was just a curiosity, but as the years went by, it began to consume me. I couldn't sleep without it, and I found myself daydreaming about the mysterious woman whenever I had a spare moment. It was like an obsession, one that I couldn't shake. One day, I decided to investigate the dream. I searched the internet for any clues about who the woman might be, but I found nothing. I even visited a psychic, hoping for some insight, but they told me only that I was haunted by a ghost from my past. And then, one day, I saw her. It was just a glimpse. A flash of black hair and a familiar face, but I knew instantly that it was the woman from my dreams. She disappeared around a corner before I could get a good look, but I was determined to find her. I started spending all my free time in the area where I saw her. I wandered the streets, peering into alleys and scanning crowds for any sign of her. And finally, I found her again. This time, sitting alone on a park bench, staring into space. I approached her cautiously, unsure of what to say. When she looked up at me, her eyes were vacant, like she was lost in another world. I introduced myself, and she gave me a small smile, but said nothing. Over time, we began to spend more and more time together. I learned her name, Sarah, and discovered that she was a free spirit, with a love of art and music. We talked for hours about everything and nothing, and I felt like I was finally starting to understand the mystery of my dreams. But then, things started to get strange. I would catch Sarah staring at me for long periods of time, as if she was studying me. And when I would try to bring up the dream, she would always change the subject. One night, I woke up to find her sitting at the foot of my bed, watching me sleep. When I asked her what she was doing, she just smiled and said she couldn't sleep. But I knew there was something more going on. And then, one day, she disappeared. I searched for her for weeks, but she was nowhere to be found. I started having the dream again. But this time, the woman's voice was clear. She was warning me to stay away from Sarah. But I couldn't let her go. I was obsessed with her, and the dream, and I knew I had to find her. I scoured the city, talked to everyone I could, but no one had seen her. And then, one day, I stumbled upon a rundown apartment building that seemed oddly familiar. As I climbed the stairs to the top floor, the memories flooded back. This was the place from my dream. The field of tall grass, the figure approaching, and at the end of the hallway, I found Sarah. She was standing in front of a door, staring at it with a look of desperation. When she saw me, she grabbed my arm and pulled me inside. The room was empty, except for a single chair in the center. Sarah motioned for